Wouldn't it be wonderful to have more power, to feel powerful and to be powerful and to exude that level of power that influences and penetrates through everybody, right? How do you get that? You meet people like that, and very few and far between that really rock you and move you into feeling their sense of power. And when I say power, I don't mean power from an ego perspective, that dominating force that we can all see in the world, that really dominates and controls. I don't mean that power at all. It's a more subtler, influential, charismatic sense of power. And how can we step into that? How do we activate that within ourselves? And so the pathway to exuding that is very simple, yet can be very difficult for some, and that is personal responsibility. Understanding that you really, the paradox, don't have the power at all to change anything that is outside of yourself, but where you do have the utmost power and a sense of will and control is within yourself, within how you think, within how you feel, within how you desire, within all of that exudes and comes from you as a person, as opposed to looking externally and saying, what do I need to change? How do I change that? It's looking externally as a sense of mirror for what is it that I need to now shift and change in myself, so that my external reality becomes of resonance with who I am, and that there is a match. So often, and that's me included, we have this mindset of escapism. Let me get myself out of this situation, out of this dilemma, away from this relationship, away from this circumstance, so that I feel better. And that's a form of escapism that we all really have to an extent, because we believe that if we extract ourselves from that situation, that somehow we're going to attract a better situation. And that can happen, but if you really shift and change internally, and resume a different vibration, different thought, different emotion, that's going to attract that new circumstance of what you need to you. But so very often we feel our sense of power multiply when we are able to shift the situation that we're in for the better, because we've managed to somehow align internally and shift our thoughts and emotions around that situation. And it's easier said than done. Anyone that's been in a difficult situation and has tried to shift it and change it will attest to this, that it's not an easy attainment, because we often pulled back by a sense of ego, that defense mechanism, to want to fight it, or to want to change the other person, or to change the situation without wanting to change ourselves. And that's not how the universe works. And again, to be able to really step into that sense of power that we have, and to activate that power, is to become aware of what it is that we need to shift within ourselves from what we are experiencing from our outer reality. And when we make that shift and transition, when we awaken each day to the thought of, today's a blessing, I am going to really get to know myself even on a more deeper, intimate way, and I'll see what gifts today is going to bring for me. When we are open to that intention and manifestation, then our world starts to shift in a different direction. When we use the world, the people in it, our career, our work, our jobs, our relationships, our family, our friends, our community, all as a sense of mirror to what it is that we need to shift within ourselves, so that we're very mindful of the thoughts that we're thinking, of the emotions that we're exuding, knowing that every thought is a living entity, every emotion brings to you more of that same vibration, knowing that you really hold the power to shift yourself, and in you shifting you shift your universe, you shift your reality, you shift your experiences from that of contrast or discord to one that you desire truly. And it's not about creating a perfect world. There is no perfection. It's just that concept is an illusion in itself, but it's how am I going to enjoy this journey and really get to realize my own fullest potential in every moment, in every experience, in every situation. And I think when we focus on ourselves only, because there's just nothing else but you really being mirrored back to yourself everywhere, when we take the attention and focus away from the other and bring that internally towards ourselves, not in a sense of shame or blame, but in a sense of this situation doesn't make me feel good, so what can I do to shift it and alter it? And in doing so, what you then realize is your truest and greatest sense of potential, because you realize that you are creating everything, and that sense of responsibility also brings with it an exuded amount of power and well-being and excitement in what it is and how it is that you can create and shape your life. And so when you meet people that are truly charismatic and truly powerful and truly able to really influence people, know that the reason why they exude that sense of delight and power is because they take personal responsibility. They don't look at changing others, they look at changing themselves and shifting what doesn't work for them internally, and creating more of what works for them only. They become the center of their world, not in a selfish way, not in a self-consumed way, but in a way that takes a powerful stance on personal responsibility for themselves, their thoughts, their emotions, their well-being, and their life. So with that, I powerfully invite you to try that, and for one day use everything in your experience as a mirror. Your interactions, if something makes you feel good, how, you know, what is that activating in you to make you feel good? If something makes you feel bad or guilty or just discorded, what is it within you that's creating that experiences? Use everyone and everything for one day as a mirror, and see how that works out for you, and what insights that brings up for you. All my love and blessings. Have fun with this process, have fun with your life, and use it as a gateway to bringing more joy into your own sense of self and life. All my love and blessings.